All right, Dirt. All right, Dirt. I know you don't have that many points.
Rebecca.
There's no way you points.
Rebecca.
Nope. Nope. Tank cleaner.
Okay, it's up. No, they're just walking by seeing the rest of it. What's your name? Here you go, Rain. You successfully had a... I hope you're happy. Next year's gonna be Where's Waldo?
Okay,
I have to be Kratos for it. That is a shoot. Oh yeah, here we go. There we go. Oh, but funny choice of words. Funny choice of words. Your day's been made.
Did you spell it correctly though?
No, not at all. Not at all. You can't take clips while he's streaming. This is BS. It's like somebody.
Sub and Vibronic J. Vibronic J with the sub from Fat Booty, gifting 2 tier 1 subs in the community. Now I gotta try to open. You closed out my streamer bot. Okay, I'm done now. Thank you so much for the freaking gifted subs. Okay. Yeah! Dude!
Not yet. I will. My hands are full.
We do have our free Pokemon claw machine, so if you want to test your luck, try to get a Pokemon, you can go ahead and come on down, play with claw machine. We do also have our candy area.
The drain pipe. It's sketchy, but she might get hurt, but she'll live. I am going to fight you. I am going to... What was that? I forgot I had that. But you're not streaming? What do you mean I'm not streaming? What? I'm right here. Or are you talking to Foreign?
Let's go.
That was a horrible way to go. That was horrible. I couldn't do anything. It was on his face. It was on his face. Like we watched this man suffocate. It was like a fat guy that just ate a bunch of Taco Bell, just gasped him, and he was gone. There's nothing we could do about it. You didn't have the soda can.
And I
to
don't
hit
know
him?
where Mikey is.
This is how we've had it for a while, and now we've switched things over. We have upgraded. Nothing. We got nothing. Blue. Here's the blue.
He's not mine. They are actually.
That doesn't hurt.
Like, they're just waiting for enemy dropping in. So they...
Really, Hellgirl? Really? I didn't think that one through. That one had confetti. I got confetti all over my keyboard.
And me. I'm not cutting this shit. Wait. Wait. She was the one that got impaled, not him. Can't see shit. Oh.
What in God's name is this?
You need me, I'm not here for long. Catch me or I go Houdini, I come and I go. Prove you got me. Catch me or I go.
Fuck off!
You tubing. Stop. Stop. It's Santa. No, no. No, no, we're not.
You asked for a
Thank you for
salad.
stopping in on the
I
stream.
did ask for a salad.
And hopefully you're enjoying this as much as I am, because thought I had it.
Sure, you can have some of my pizza. That's fine.
Somebody's playing with a tree. Well, hello, hello. Good to be back. Good to be in my own room, streaming. Oh, I don't know how people do the IRL streams all the time. Absolutely insane. How's everybody doing? It's Friday, guys. Let's freaking go. White, to answer your question real quick before I forget, I did. He said, give me some deets, and I said thank you. As to what exactly is being done, I don't know. So I guess it's one of those we'll wait and find out. Also, we are getting a little greedy right off the rip just because, you know, that's how we do things. I am live on the red and the green platform. And also, somebody might have gotten pre-approved for the Twitch vertical setup. So you guys might notice that there could potentially be a vertical layout setup here on Twitch where it's different than the normal vertical. Which is like taking the whole horizontal and making a squish, and then the bottom half has the text. I think they're trying to go for like a TikTok style vertical. So I don't know how it's looking or how it's going to look. I'm going to try to find out real quick on my phone. I don't like to do this, but we're going to do it anyways. Is he glitching for anyone else? I don't think so. Right now, everything seems pretty stable for the time being. So I don't know how you would... I don't know if there's a vertical format or how the vertical is working, but I have the vertical going out for that. No, you're not glitching? Yeah, I didn't think I was. To my surprise, everything's staying green. We had a little bit of a hang up, but not a whole lot. So, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. There is a little bit of a delay or a lag, but I did warn you guys in the announcements. I did warn you all. There might be some technical glitches because it's been over a week since I've streamed on my PC, and we all know what happens when I don't stream for a week on this damn thing. It likes to do what it wants. It likes to muff stuff up. So, to my surprise, I don't see anything that needs updates. I don't see anything being kind of weird other than my kilobytes on OBS is just like spiking to 20,000 for whatever reason. I thought I had enabled the max bit rate, but it seems to be going up well above and beyond. And I think that's when it starts to kick out, which actually I could. I'm just looking. I'm not touching buttons. Give me settings. I want to see what my output is. Output. We are putting out 8,000 best quality. I mean, I could probably change the preset. Also constant bit rate. Recording. I don't know. Why is my GPU set to -1? What? GPU is not supposed to be a -1. It's supposed to be 0. What? That's weird. Custom encoding options. High pass quarter resolution. Not seeing me live on the green. Is it not working? That's okay. If it's not live on the green, okay, it's not live on the green. That's fine. I haven't really put much effort into that anyways. Oh yeah, he's got a lag. I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, that being said, what about the boob tube here? See, home. And I don't see We might have to pause. We'll see. Jublin. Hello, hello. Output. Invex. So all right, I am doing 1080 output. Okay. Okay. And why is my filter over here? Filter. Okay, all of it's on. Where'd my chat go? Where's my chat? Oh, it's freaking tiny as hell. That's where it is. I know why. It's because I changed it on my mobile. That's why. All right, all right. I think we are okay. I'm not gonna mess with anything. Hands are up. I'm not touching shite. So we shut off the vertical YouTube. We shut off the Kick. We're keeping the horizontal YouTube. We're keeping the vertical Twitch, and obviously the horizontal Twitch. So we're gonna keep all that stuff for now, and we'll go from there. So yeah, anyways, guys, this first stream since we've come back from TwitchCon, and man, let me tell you, other than that particular stream you guys are aware of that you're still talking about, I saw it in the previews. I could see you're chatting when I'm just waiting, just starting. I could see it. But a lot of good information this year. A lot of like actual focusing on creator growth. Granted, there were some panels that were blocked behind a partner badge, which I get it. They haven't really offered much for their partners in a few years. So I can understand why they would want to give them a little more for those who did partake. Not as much drama, aside from 2 incidences from what I heard. But we're not going to talk about that because it's a whole other rabbit hole for another day. A lot of good stuff, though. We're going to start off with Elgato because I spent a lot of time in that booth, mainly because I was curious about their XL teleprompter that they have. I saw it recently was released, and I was curious of like, okay, well, exactly how big is it? Let me tell you, that XL teleprompter will not fit in this current configuration. Like, that thing is literally its own, like, television. It's a 20-inch freaking touchpad, or not touchpad, LCD pad or whatever, on a huge mirror. Like, the thing is like this wide, and you could see it up to 15 feet back, which is great. If I was like standing away from the desk across the room, I could still see chat. The other thing I learned too, after talking to some of them, saying, hey, I used to have chat up on my teleprompter so I could read it and make it look like I'm actually looking at you guys when I'm reading what you're saying. I hope everything you talked about with OBS comes to fruition. We'll get to that here in a second, too. I was just curious about it. And then they educated me a little bit about having, like, when I had chat up, sometimes it would wash out the color, almost look like a halo or a glow effect. And I thought maybe if I move the camera closer to the mirror part, it would reduce the amount of glare. And the guy confirmed that it would be a method to reduce it. So I could change out my camera mount. Instead of being like the lens frame holder, I could actually put on the curtain that comes with the back of the teleprompter, and putting the curtain over it to black out the back side of this camera would also work, and moving the camera closer to the actual front lens. So I might dabble around with that and see if that works. Problem is, if I move the camera closer, I got to somehow move it back, and I can't move it much further back. That, and the other part is, like, I've thought about maybe just doing away with the teleprompter altogether on my actual streaming setup, and actually utilize the teleprompter on the roller desk that I have over here for general product reviews and stuff like that. So I can still have the camera there, have my prompts kind of set up onto the camera so I can look at the camera when I'm talking, as well as a few other things on that desk, which might involve a rack system kind of going up and above, so I can set up cameras and stuff there. Having a laptop holder so I can just have everything kind of inline processed on there and stay away from messing up my stream setup multiple times every time I go to the events, and I got to take that camera, I got to take that camera, I got to take that camera over there. and all the lenses. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to take one camera, 2 lenses, and I'm going to leave the rest of the stuff alone because I don't feel like messing with it this year. The other thing, too, was the other Elgato products they had. They had the Elgato Neo, which is, I believe, is a 6-button pad, a little bit more sleek design, and it looks like it has the detachable Type-C on the back of it. They also had the 32-button XL. I actually got to see again, and looking at what I have here, the 32-button XL would definitely be nice. And then they also had a little bit of a streaming software that has been out for a while, but just kind of recently kind of being brought to light. And that was, it's like what Nutty has set up. Yeah, exactly what Nutty has set up. He's got 2 PCs, one for content, one for live streams. So the other thing was in the Elgato Marketplace, you could actually take your entire OBS scene collection and upload it. And typically, OBS has their own export-import options, but the problem with that is it doesn't actually export. Like, say you have like the graphics. All these graphics I have here, they're their own separate asset. All OBS does is flag where they're located. It doesn't actually take and save it and crop it into a file. So when you go to import it on, say, another computer, you'll have your entire scene collection and everything, but it doesn't know where to pull the files from. Elgato actually came up with a software that when you export it through their marketplace, essentially, when you offload it or import it onto another computer or another OBS, it will take all the photos, all the assets, all the overlays, and everything else, and it will actually put it back in on there and give it a place for OBS to automatically read it. So you're not trying to figure out what place where and what hard drive and subfolders that you have all these assets. Making it a lot easier and potentially a lot safer for you to say, you know what, I'm going to reset my OBS and just completely abolish everything OBS related plugins, reinstall it, and then all you have to do is just download from the Elgato Marketplace, and boom, your entire stream setup is right there. That gives me a peace of mind for when I decide to actually wipe my PC, make sure I have all my passwords and everything saved. But when I do that, speaking of, I need to play with it more. Can I get a copy of that recording when you're done? Things you can say at dinner, but you can't say to your parents. But yeah, I got to play with it as well. Especially when I like offload my scene collection. Actually, that could be something, Angel, as I could try to, I could send you my entire scene and sources, and you can see exactly how muffed up and everything I have is. I mean, it's not too bad. I think it's relatively organized. But you can see all the nested scenes I have. You'd be like, oh, so this is how you have your OBS set up. Vertical layout, all the add-ons. This is messed up. Appreciate the clip there, Booty. But there's going to be some of that. And then there also might be something else I work on for future content involving Stream Deck. I can't guarantee how well it's going to go, but yeah, true. It's the upload I need to learn. Well, I can figure out the upload and tell you how. I mean, I don't think it's too hard to do. Anyways, the Stream Deck thing, I might be doing some content with one, probably breaking one or two. I hope it doesn't break. And I'm going to be working actually with White Angel on this whole project here, because I'm not that computer savvy when it comes to the nitty gritty stuff. I'm sure I could learn it, but it's going to be a very slow, grueling process. But I can definitely do some crafty stuff with like 3D printing and housing and stuff like that. So that being said, Angel, Twiddler, let's see, zoom in. You count the number of keys that are there? 5x3. Stream Deck. 15 button Stream Deck. So if we can emulate that membrane that they have, right? Make it a smaller membrane to fit in a handheld like this, but still utilize the Stream Deck computer chip. Just saying. Base reference. Tactile buttons. I catch stuff on fire. We're good. I mean, technically, I melt stuff. So it's fine. Goes hand in hand. But yeah, I think we have a good base here. And the buttons on top, though, might be a little different. We can utilize this stuff here. Oh, thanks for that. I appreciate that. At least I'm not sick this time. Appreciate that, Hazel. Much appreciated. Anyways, so I kind of want to get a second one just so I can take it apart, because I don't want to take this one apart because I got signatures on this one that I don't want to disappear. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want them to disappear on this. But we could definitely utilize this as a reference point to, I mean, honestly, I don't know if I could show it without pulling a cable out. So, motherfucker. Okay. Thanks, Indy. How you doing? I've already pooped myself today, so we're good. We're good. Hold on. Let's see. Can I through this way? This way. All right. I can't wait to get rid of these wires. There's so many wires. Okay, so holy fucking delay. I did say there's things gonna be muffed up, okay? Listen, that pops up on my game screen. So whatever you guys see here is on the stream PC, and then what happens on there is a game PC. So yeah. Stream Deck, 15 button, right? It's close. Like, if I were to shadow this, just a row. Yeah, about a row. See if I can move that over more. Yeah, it's about a row short. So it might be doable to consolidate that. Hush your lips, my eyes are blurry. We ain't gonna go there. So, yeah, that's one of the little things. Also, put in an application with Elgato for possibly their partner thing. It's not a guarantee, but they had something available for those who did attend TwitchCon. I spent probably like an hour and a half kind of writing like an about me. So I apologize to whoever reads that application in advance. I really do, because it's a long boy for sure. And then I also added multiple references. Well, that's like, he is definitely good at hiding wires. I'm not that good at all. I got wires blatantly going across the wall up here. It's driving me nuts. That booty did thermal miss again and hit your... Whoa. Yeah, we're going to pull that out. We're going to pull that out of the grave. Whoa. It's understandable that they didn't have a limit. It's understandable they didn't have a limit. What did I miss? Wow. Wow. Oh, that's muffed up. You're talking about the freaking blurry eyes and stuff, and then the gamer advantage thing pops up. Looking to save your eyes from extra stress. It's a sign there, Booty. Just saying. It's just saying. Oh. Word limit? Okay. That's messed up. Kudos to Stream Elements coming in with that clutch timing. Looking to save your eyes from extra stress or just looking stylish with all the other gamers? Well, I got you. Here, click this link. Fuck you, Stream Elements. That's not a thing right now. That's not a thing right now. All right, so we have the Stream Element booth. So we also went over to Asus. Asus was there with the Republic of Gamer booth, where they were showing off a couple of custom PCs, their 30-year anniversary card, which I have a photo of. Absolutely insane. It's actually the only one in the US currently to date because it's like a fire red, kind of like a tribute to their OG fans, their OG graphics cards. So it's a sick looking thing. I got to work on getting some photos and stuff uploaded hopefully this weekend. So tomorrow I'm going to be doing some stuff when I get out of work into scheduling some posts again about TwitchCon and some of the pictures I did and figured it out on Marketplace. Easy stuff. Nice. Good shit. I might dabble around with that tomorrow myself. I got to prioritize content posting first, scheduling hopefully at least a week out with all the stuff I took from TwitchCon, and then going from there. I digress. So some of the other stuff they had too was the ROG X Ally and the Ally X. So they are pretty much Steam Decks in the palm of your hands, but they allow you to play on Xbox Game Pass or Xbox software. So you can play your favorite Xbox games. So if you have Xbox Unlimited, you could actually play those games right there on the handheld. But because it's also an ROG Ally, which is pretty much a handheld desktop, you could also play your favorite Steam games as well as a few other launchers like Epic Launcher and stuff like that to play Fortnite, all in the palm of your hand. Absolutely insane technology in there. And the fact that you can play some game-exclusive games on the handheld as well as play on your Microsoft account. Just saying. Because, you know, they did that whole collab with Steam. A certain Ghost game that's out there right now that you have on your Steam collection, you might be able to play on the X Ally. I'm just saying. It seems like a pretty cool piece of tech. I did get to play a little bit of like Black Myth Wukong on there, and I think it was Silk Song, or tried to play Silk Song. Was not pretty. No, Doom 3. It was Doom 3. And both those games, absolutely insane on the handheld. You wouldn't feel like you're actually playing it on a handheld device. You actually feel like you're probably playing it on like a laptop or something. And to my surprise, same with the MSI Claw 8 AI that they have. It's super lightweight. I figured it would be kind of heavy, and I'm picturing like laying down, playing with it above your face, and it just getting heavier and heavier. I'll give you something to handheld and play with. Hold on. Let me just zoom in a little bit. Maybe I might be able to work with it. Hold on. Let me show you. Let me. I think this is it. Yeah. See, I think I could work with it. I mean, you've been working with it longer than I have. You would know, Booty. And just like that. Bye, guys. It was a great stream. See ya. Totally muffed that up. We're done. I'm getting canceled for that. Anyways. You might need to get some bigger hands, my friend. I'm not going to make you feel good about yourself, just saying, because that's not going to happen. If anything, I get you those little tiny hands that you put on your fingers. You've seen them. You've seen them. The finger caps. Excuse you, sir. That is mine. Okay. I'm not going to fight you for it. All right, so we had the ROG Ally X and X Ally that we did. So there will be a video about that as well. I was actually able to talk to one of the panel members at the booth, ask a few questions about it. So I got a little bit of background details and stuff for it that you guys might be interested in. So stay tuned on that. I just got to do some video editing Monday, and I might post it for Wednesday. So keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on the announcements, and I'll let you guys know when I post that video for the X Ally and Ally X. There are two different price points. One, I believe, is $699 or something, like $599 or something like that. And then the other one is $1,000. Honestly, it's not much in comparison when you're actually playing the game, other than maybe like storage size and RAM. That's about it. But most of the games you could play relatively smooth on the other one. So they say you lick it, you claim it, right? I'm gonna fight you, Thurl. Straight up just shadow box. No faces, all kidneys. From behind. Where's my chipmunk? I don't know. Did you redeem the chipmunk? Scare jump, chipmunk? I don't know. Like, I did warn that things are gonna be muffed up. Hold on. Let me check.
Is there okay, that is working.
Okay, so I can manually do it. Maybe that kind of worked with it. I'll give. Oh my goodness, Booty, you're not doing your job. This guy's a freaking dog right now. Red rocket alert. That's all I'm gonna say. My God, you might have to go back to work, Booty. Just saying. I bet he does. I mean, the amount of loads he takes at work. Hey, yo. The fact I claimed that and it took like 2 minutes. Why are you proud about that? What? Why are you okay with that? Hold on, I gotta check that. Oh yeah, everything's all muffed up. Wow. I don't have anything for cameras on this side. Why are you... Hold on. Oh, I have that camera way more over to the left. And it's not zoomed in as much. Wow. Oh, because I don't think I have it on video mode. I think I have it on camera. Hold on. We gotta wake it up. Wake it up. Hey, there we go. We're going to bring it straight down. And then I got to get... That one's on. That one's on. That means this one back here. Hold on. One more. There we go. All right. And this last one, we're going to go studio mode. We're going to go to scenes, Logitech camera, sources, properties. Then we're going to deactivate 1, 2, 3, reactivate, hit OK. Cancel the studio mode. Now we got that camera working. Don't switch that. Hey, we got all the cameras working again. Beautiful. Wonderful. Oh, Gotta switch that over to the video. Hold done. Yeah, it's a difference between the camera and video on that one. And that looks like shit, but I messed with a bunch of settings, so I'm all set. I think you should wear that leather getup with the chains on them soon. Okay. I think we're done with that kind of chat. We don't need to get anybody worked. Oh my G. This one time at home, mommy and daddy were arguing, but they didn't use their words. Careful when you go home. That's all I'm going to say. Or careful when you whip out your phone later. One of the two. Going for 2 minutes and big accomplishment for some. I am so sorry, Techno. Ooh, magic with the song request. Let's go. All right, so we had the ROG X Ally and Ally X. We had the custom booths. Oh, so they also had WD. Actually, I actually might be able to pull up some photos because I actually yesterday spent the entire day. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. I spent the entire day actually uploading all the photos and videos that I had. TwitchCon event 2025 pics. Hey, yeah, let's go. Little story time. Look at this. So these were like the first like test shots. And Angel can attest that this was me trying to get my camera to freaking work. This is like the party rave area just off to the left in the game area, which honestly was kind of a weird spot. I thought it was better to have it center. It's like where they had the balloons and everyone had to pass by. Way more hype. I understand that. Just standing there, a big rave happening over here and just standing there. So we've got Watch Holly at her moderator booth. So she had a lot of good information about how to mod, how to protect your creator or whomever you are modding for. Unfortunately, I didn't get to it until like the end of the panel, so I didn't get to learn much from it. All the people that had questions, almost as weird, just kind of like raising the bar almost in height. Sorry, average. I don't think I found anybody taller than you at TwitchCon. Or shorter than you at TwitchCon. Sawi. We won't say what was wrong. We can say what was wrong. It's fine. Someone else is bound to make the same damn mistake. Pretty much the last time I used the camera for photos, I had it set to a 10-second timer. So when I was trying to take a shot and it wasn't taking immediate photos. So yeah, I had to change that setting back to high speed. Yep, these are all the panel members. I think, how much can I zoom in? That's San Diego. Shame on you. Badges backwards. Partner, Trash. I believe they are a Twitch ambassador. That's why they have the bleed purple. It's okay. We tell our short people get to go first. TwitchCon San Diego. Shame. The fact that I could zoom in that far, like you can't see that detail there. And then I just zoom in. The pixels on this damn camera. Amazing. Totally had the why are you taking a picture of me look. It's a great photo, I'm not gonna lie. Beautiful photo. Just not the best Not the best timing of the photo, though. Way better, though. Like, this is a cute photo of them. We have Watch Holly and Average Girl Games. And a few other people as well. Anybody else know Hellion Kate primarily plays was it Dark Souls style games? You should see the photos he sent me from this hotel room. I don't think I sent you any photos from the hotel room. And if I did, that was a mistake. Steak. I could go for some steak. So we've got some Fractal. This booth, I should probably have White Angel in here and talk about them. Leading edge for PC cases, peripherals, so mouse, keyboard, headphones. One particular case I really want to get my hands on. This one right here. This one here is tickling all the right fancies. Just because of how clean it looks and the fact that it looks like a subwoofer you would have in your living room, I would 100% build a computer in this thing that is just absolutely overpowered just to put it on my television in my living room so I can play my games. What did you miss? Not much. So this here, Splave PC. This PC here was made and fine-tuned by Splave. If you guys don't know who he is the top overclocker in the world. He works on countless PCs, pushes them to the absolute limit as far as the hardware will go without system instability, and definitely gets more value for the dollar for the hardware he has just by tuning, fine coding, and stuff inside the BIOS and inside the freaking processors and everything else. It is insane. That being said, I also get to pour some liquid nitrogen on top of a CPU. It was great until I thermal locked it. Negative 174 degrees. It thermal locked and bricked the computer. The song that just played, I chose for you when you're in leather. Oh my. I would take one too. Yeah. So this here, I have a card for him. How many of you guys in chat are familiar with the Snapchat filters? Where is? Where'd it go? Here we go, StreamFog. So these guys here, StreamFog is like, if not a continuation of the snap filters that you could have on your PC, where they discontinued the snap filters. These guys are bringing them back, and I'm actually going to be working with the StreamFog because in Lumia, you could link it to StreamFog, and we could start having these fun little effects where, in this case, we had a pumpkin head. I think there's a few other ones. I don't know if I caught them. But we do have this here. We'll zoom in on a couple of these. Whoop. Where you could have Cursed Nurse, Night Jams, some Luffy straw hats. So if your favorite anime is One Piece, there you go. Fire glasses, power armor helmet, the sheriff. So that TikTok filter we're all know and love when you give a little yeehaw. Unicorn, pumpkin head, tactical helmet, like all these filters. Oh my god, the Naruto one. That, I don't know how I'd feel about being in an orange jumpsuit, but all these filters are all free. To my knowledge, you just gotta sign up, make an account, and you'll have a snap filter. So we're gonna be playing around with those a little bit here in the future, going with Lumia Stream a little bit more. So I'm pretty excited to be using that. Oh, I love catching photos like this. Here, let me get out of the way. Kinda. I love catching photos like this of creators who are just actually not getting pelted by viewers or just bombarded by questions and stuff like that, and actually getting to enjoy the convention themselves. The pickle. Oh, yeah, it was the pickle one. Gotta go. You have a good night, you guys. You too, Magic. Thanks for stopping in. But I like taking photos like this where creators get to actually enjoy the events they go to and not having to pose for a camera or smile, but just genuinely enjoying themselves. I think it was this photo here where this is Jacob, by the way, from the Fractal. But he was talking to Jacob, and the fact that she was just kind of like so intently listening to what he had to ask. I don't know. I enjoy taking photos like that. And then my favorite editing software, DaVinci Resolve, right? Yeah. This was shit photos. They had another speed editing. This camera rig right here. So, actually, I might have the photos. You have link? I do too. Or you have a different link? To StreamFog? Yeah. Okay, that's what I got. StreamFog. This camera setup here, I would say 110% not necessary. This is just a straight want because it is overpowered, it's beautiful, and I will show you why. This is what the setup looks like outside the camera. All right. This setup here, it's not bad. You know, it's a simple setup. You got, you know, a typical desk. You get the PC, you get a monitor, you get the camera here with the video editing software, and you get a nice little backdrop using probably the Govee standing lights. That's my assumption of what those are. Then you get this. Look how crisp that is. Look how like bulbous and lush the colors are and vibrant. Like this. Oh my God. How does this turn into this? This is what you want for stream. This is what you show. This is what you got. What the actual frack? So this just shows to show you the power of lighting and the angles that you can properly get can make all the difference in your studio without having to spend thousands of dollars on high-end camera gear. However, this is high-end camera gear, so we're not going to talk about that. But just still the fact that boring photo, gorgeous video. And then here is the wonderful little bench test where we got to pour liquid nitrogen into this little cubicle. Which this outer housing here was actually 3D printed and custom designed by Splave. He's got layers and layers of copper zinc on top of the CPU through a aluminum block housing. And then it's just pressure seated down so that way the CPU is properly seated and everything. They've got a thermometer out here on the bottom that then goes to said temperature gauge reading. I didn't notice this until now, but Angel, take a look at this. It looks like he sealed the board. So all the resistors and little chipsets they have on the board, I didn't realize he had sealed it all up. That looks like either some kind of like paraphernalia, like wax, or I don't know, an epoxy sealer just for the board, but just a light enough pour where the chips could still breathe and not overheat. I mean, it doesn't really matter anyways, because freaking, unless that also helps dissipate the heat too on the board. I don't know. But I didn't realize that he actually sealed the board there too. Ah! Some bitch. Yeah, there's the whole setup there. Nice cheap little GPU just for a little simple video output, and then yeah. I tell you what, though. Let me back this up. Go to videos. I have the pour. Do I not have the pour? I don't think I have the pour in this one. Oh, I do. Right here. That's someone else pouring. Where's my pour? Oh, I don't have my pour in here. I'm gonna mute this audio here, though. So, I thermal froze it. He had to take a blowtorch into the CPU to bring this temperature back up from negative 174, I think, to negative 90 before you could boot it back up. That's true. Hey, you said you just 3D printed that. So there's negative 90, 95. Oh, is this me pouring it again? Oh, this was the first pour. Oh, did you get the long pour? Oh my goodness. I can't you see smoke? We don't need more smoke. Come on, man. Hello, horror. How you doing? I appreciate that. It's good for my lungs. Yeah, negative 154. That thing was boiling, though. Like, you would think it's hot. How fast? Oh, there's me just dumping the rest in. Oh, there's my phone on the side. Oh, this is what the woman took. So you had to burn off the rest of the CO2 for it. That was fun, though. That was fun. You have your own camera person? It was actually the lady that was maybe his manager was there, and she had the camera, like my actual camera, and then White Angel was there with the phone over my shoulder, getting over the shoulder look of the pour going inside the actual CPU block. Was at the party, but had to come home. Felt ick, and my kid had a meltdown with his sister. Oh, no. No worries, Horror. No worries. You don't have to apologize for being late. You're never late. You're always on time and right here when you need to be. Yeah, there's their PC build. What was this? She was trying to put thermal paste on. This guy was trying to put thermal paste on, too, and he didn't really have much luck. Ended up having to take the nozzle off, and he just, like, blobbed it on there. But this was like a whole PC building tutorial, starting from like what each component is, what they do, how to put them on, and then give you a chance to actually like put them in the PC so you can kind of feel what it's like to build your own computer. I think I was coming down from the stairs on this one. Oh, Amaranth. And then this booth here. So, Indy, this is actually for you. For like your whole little crafting thing. They are the Happy Taco Company, I believe. Happy Taco Studio. Happy Taco Studio. I'll pull this up real quick so you guys can see. Maybe. Hold on. Happy Taco Studio. And it looks like they have an Instagram and Facebook. So they make these like Pokemon terrariums with plastic balls. They end up whiting out the bottom with just some paint, filling it up with some foam, and then making a terrarium essentially with Pokemon in their supposed natural habitat. So we got like Charmander, Umbreon, which I'm pretty sure this was 3D printed. Really wanted it. And my camera just didn't want to do macro zooms. But this shot right here, hold on. This shot. This was a beautiful shot of their display table. Chef's kiss on this photo. Kind of wish I did like a video sweep over everything. And then, for those of you who might know too, I've talked about a creator that kind of got me into streaming. Avery was that creator that kind of I started following, started interacting with her streams, started playing games on PUBG, and she would play with viewers on stream. And from there, she went from Miss USA to EA Sports to just taking off down her own content path. And it looks like she had some kind of like skit or something that was going on here, which I sent her, and she's like, "What the heck?" I honestly didn't have any photos from any of this, so she was super grateful that I was able. Wow, words are hard. To capture some of these photos for her. Meet and greets. Trying to take photos of everybody that was there. I don't know who that creator was. And then still don't know who that was. Looks like she's a Twitch ambassador of sorts. You're giving me more ideas of things to 3D print and make. That's why I took the photo. Like, come on. Look at this. Mimikyu, Tyranitar, Golduck, Jirachi. 3D print these and make little Pokeballs and stuff. Look, they were selling them for $50. $50 a piece. Now, I know roughly what the material cost. This is probably like $3 or $4. That piece of wood is probably the same, if not just a piece of wood they might have had laying around and just cut the strips. And then all this stuff, you can get a bag of these for like $20. So, honestly, they're probably only making $10 off each one for profit. But they did a really great job on these. Like, I almost bought one. I really wanted to get the Umbreon. And I'm not going to lie. I probably would have bought the Umbreon. If it was a shiny Umbreon. If it had, instead of the yellow, the blue, that nice pale, like, Robin's Egg or Blue Jay Blue, I probably would have bought it. Just because that's one of my favorite characters. And then we've had Yikes, which a lot of the person I gave the camera to took a lot of photos. I was not anticipating the amount of photos that this person was going to take. Like the hi to, hey, we're gonna hug, I guess. And then the slow like embrace. Trying not to step on her shoes. And then for like 10 minutes or so, we just kind of like shot the shit. Oh, here we go. There's a nice photo. Little high, but she also was kind of short. Yeah, the bag of fake plants. Yeah. I look tired as fuck there. Me explaining and talking about things. Sometimes I talk with my hands. What can I say? It's actually me, guy. First time actually looking at these. Start off with hi, how you doing? Haven't seen you since PAX East. Tequila shots. And then just kind of talking about what I've been doing since we've last talked and what I could do. And she offered a lot of guidance, a lot of help. She said if I have any questions to reach out, I might just take her up on it because, not gonna lie, we need help. And I'm getting better at asking. Here's the Elgato booth. So they have the Yamaha booth too. They had a DJ playing. Which I guess she also didn't get a bunch of photos of herself during the TwitchCon. So I was like, oh, hey, by the way, I have some photos for you if you'd like. And she's like, oh my God, thank you. A lot of people are doing IRL streams, but totally forgot to take regular photos. When I print solid Pokeballs, like what I showed you, I make about 25 cents out of, after factoring what I use for. That's fair. That is Yikes, yeah. I met her at PAX East one year. And I think it was for her birthday stream. I ended up buying her a tequila shot. And then just, like I said, wholesome person, down to earth. And there was only 4 people in the line. So I was like, you know what? I want to take advantage. I don't feel pressured to kind of like take a picture, say hi, and then leave, but I can actually like have an actual conversation. So I might actually reach out and be like, hey, do you have time to chat? Oh, I don't know if I got that photo to him. That was a nice photo of the fractal booth. Hold on. Angel, I am dropping you a picture. So I don't know if I actually got them to... I don't know if I got that one to him. Hold on. That was a good photo. There we go. Send that. And then mitigate that. Then go back to this. Do. All right, so going back to the Elgato booth, they had like a whole stream corner here. All Elgato products, you know, the Stream Deck Plus, the Wave XLR with their microphone and their arm set, Corsair mouse and keyboard, Corsair PC, and then they had the teleprompter up there. And just a couple of shots for them. You get the Stream Deck Plus. Love this thing. If you don't have it, I highly recommend getting this. I need to learn that there is multifunction options that I can do where I can do a long press, short press. So I can actually consolidate my keys here. Like all my mics and stuff could be on one page so I don't have to scroll as much. Got to rework my entire setup here soon. I would be broke if I go to TwitchCon. Actually, so the initial cost, I'd say the biggest hit cost of TwitchCon would probably be the hotel. But if you could factor in an Airbnb with a bunch of friends, it actually is relatively affordable. My opinion. Like, buy your tickets early. As soon as they go on sale, just buy them. Get it out of the way. Then the travel, if you get it early enough, you could probably get it for about $300, $400 round trip. $200 both ways. And the last is the room. And when it comes to the food, honestly, there's a lot of free food in a lot of places around that it's affordable to eat. You don't have to go out gourmet every night to satiate the hunger. I think the cheapest I went might have been last year where you had the tickets for TwitchCon. I did not get the block party. I did share a room. And when I shared the room, it was $75 for 4 days, split 3 ways. It wasn't the best room, but it was a room nonetheless. Yeah, these are some nice low angle shots. Regular teleprompter. If you guys don't have one, and you're looking to script some videos and stuff to kind of help keep you on track on talking points and stuff, definitely recommend that. And there's also a text to guide to where you can make your teleprompt, and as you're speaking, it'll automatically scroll for you, so you don't have to like rush and read while it's scrolling automatically. You could just have it go to your voice, it'll pick up your microphone, and it'll start to move the blocks for you. Gotta be right back. Start your phone. No worries, no worries. We'll be here. Oh yeah, so this is their little mini Elgato key light that you put on top of the monitor. Super bright. Love it. And don't go through Expedia. 100%. Oh, yeah. There's me. Whoever takes a photo of the guy taking the camera. All right. I don't know what she was doing, but okay. 4KX. So if you don't stream or have a desktop to stream from, but you have a laptop, this device will do the processing for you. And you get the Stream Deck regular Stream Deck, and then you get the Nano or the Mini Stream Deck. 6 button, 15 button, then they have a 32 button. You eat like a toddler? Yeah, so you'll be fine. A lot of walking, though, so definitely get some good shoes. And then this one here kind of caught my attention. Game Catcher Neo. It looks like game console with a pass-through. And it does recording right on the said device into a SD card. Plug and play, compatible with all the consoles, 4K 60 HDR pass-through, 1080 60p. Yeah, so another capture card of sorts. I had half a hot dog today and half a sandwich, and I'm so full. I don't blame you. I had a sandwich and a coffee for breakfast, a sandwich and a soda for lunch, and like half a bowl of chili rice. By the way, I made rice to go with the beef and broccoli. So this is that Stream Deck XL. That is 32 button Stream Deck. That's a lot of buttons. And then taking into account that each one of those buttons you can program to having a single press, a double press, and a long press, that 32 times 3 just got a lot bigger. Just saying. And then you get the Stream Deck Studio. I've actually seen in a lot of my travels with going behind the scenes on production studios, when they set up the arena or the stages at these events, I actually see Stream Deck being utilized in those scenarios. So it's not just like live streaming and desktop functionality, but it could also be used in professional studio production to help make their process a lot easier. Camera switching, vocals, mic muting, all that being done through this. Would I like to have one of these? Oh, hell yeah. This here, kind of sitting right in front of me. Like, how many buttons are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 32. So it's like the Stream Deck XL, but with 32 buttons. And then you get 2 knobs on each side. What do they control? I don't know. I haven't played with it long enough. And then this was the panel that was talking about the Elgato software I mentioned to you guys earlier. Nutty, Jacob, Mark. This guy made a wireless Stream Deck. This guy works with Elgato and wants to do the educational tutorial videos on more of the Elgato softwares. And then Nutty, OBS guru of sorts. Making fun little plugins and stuff like that. Going back to Mark, he's like the route, like right there at the top with OBS development and stuff. This guy, very knowledgeable, very helpful. All of this is just great information that I have part of the panel recorded. So that will also be shared on my YouTube as well, probably next week or the week after. Nothing beats Saturday's breakfast. Oh, I didn't upload those photos yet. Saturday's breakfast. I might have to. I don't think I uploaded those to my NAS unit. Saturday's breakfast. I was a fat boy. I was hungry, and I knew the day was gonna be long. So you know, it would help if I didn't actually try to show you on the said device that I was using for this. Oh, come on. Hold on. Let me go back to Touch Portal here. Boom. And then we'll go all me so you guys can see better. Here we go. That was my breakfast Saturday. That was a fried chicken, waffles, wake and bacon, home hash, 2 eggs, toast with jam, and a glass of orange juice and a glass of water. Absolutely freaking delicious. Absolutely delicious. So then, that being said, the following day's breakfast we chilled out a little bit on the breakfast. That one there is eggs Benedict, home hash, and wake and bacon on fried rice. That's what we had then. If you're ever in San Diego, I definitely recommend Breakfast Company. Orange juice, literally fresh squeeze. They had like a conveyor belt that rolled the oranges down. Robot came up, grabbed it, split it, and as I split it, a device came up, and it just went down, started grinding out the inside of those oranges. Then when they came back up, it dropped it. They grabbed the next orange, and as they split it, it flicked out the rinds from the previous orange into the waste bins on the side and started milling out the next batch. I wish I could wish list this, but this Gekka, I kind of want to get this because you can direct the light a lot better when you have this big balloon. Small little device, easy power, battery powered. I want to get this for that desk setup there. You're starting your phone, gave me time to make my lunch. Nice. This is on my wish list of things to get. I want to get this for, like I said, the desk there, so I can actually have more directional light control. Have like a top-down light going for the product, have a light for myself. Make it seem really, really nice looking. I don't think I grabbed the actual photo of what the booth looked like. And then you have WD from Asus. Their HDD storage device, external and internals. So if you're looking to expand your storage device, and rather than trying to play off it and then re-download, it's easier just to transfer it from this onto the game consoles instead of having to reinstall your games over again, which takes 3 or 4 times longer. The read and write speed on these, I believe, were 9,800 for speed. Correct me if I'm wrong, Angel. I think it was 9,800, she said. This right here. Time trial at the San Diego. First place, GTA model racing sim. Third place, Asus. Why didn't I try this? What? Scan to enter your time to participate in the competition. What AMD? What is that? Hold on. Second place, AMD 9070X video. I could have got a graphics card. Angel, look what we missed. Hey, we should be back. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Sorry about that, guys. I was looking at the preview window that was here, and I was like, oh, we're like 3-4 minutes behind. So I'm trying to talk, and what I'm saying to you guys, all of a sudden there's like a huge delay. So when you're like, oh, that looks expensive or that looks nice, I'm already talking about something else. What? Whoops. So I waited for the reaction after the graphics card, and then it's like, all right. That's when I noticed things were getting slow and icky, and I was like, well, we're going to blow it up, but I'm going to wait for the reaction. And as soon as I hit the stop button, I knew, boom, it stopped right there with my reaction at the freaking racing sim. So, duly noted. But we're back. We're good. I think we still have YouTube. What is that? Oh, it's recording. I don't know. Yes, authorize. Just chatting. Boom. I don't know if the video vertical recording's going out yet, though. I'll have to see how that's going. We'll work on it. Anyways. Back to what I was showing. More pretty pictures with more stuff. Racing sims. And there's this. ROG Astral GeForce 58 RTX 5080. 16 gigabyte GDDR7 overclock Miku edition. I don't know what Miku is from, but it's like everywhere. Such a nice looking PC. Then we got this one here. This PC, I love it for the sole fact that if I were to do a PC build, it's like a benchmark PC. I could just change out the AIO. I could change out the processor. I could change out the graphics card. And it's all right there. No opening panels, no weird wiring, just simple bliss. Really want to get this one. And then for those who know Super, I got this wonderful little photo of him. The blue beard. Blue beard merely made him stand out. Pick him out real easy in the crowd. Yes, and this is the ROG Xbox Ally. This, I believe, was the $599 model here. It was definitely a good photo. And that was taken right on the fly. 16 gigabyte. Smooth performance, yeah. Half a gig M.2. Ample storage, which you could also add in a SD or HDD to extreme micro SD card, and you can utilize that as storage and play off of that as well. So you could always expand another terabyte or two. With just 30 minutes of fast charging from 0 to 50%. What? I didn't miss that part. And this was the other one, the ROG Xbox Ally X. This one here, 80 watt power supply, 120 hertz refresh rate, 24 gigabytes of RAM, 1 terabyte of M.2. So it's honestly not that much different. A little bit better of a processor, a little bit more RAM, fast memory for hardcore games, 1 terabyte, so a little more memory, a little bit larger of a screen, I think. Where's the other one? 7 inches as well. 7 inches, full HD, full HD. So same thing, but better free refresh rate. Awesome product. Really wish to get my hands on it one day or something like this at some point, just so I can test it out. There's the Allies. There's some more PCs. They had all the WD storage in the back. Over here was the racing sim in this back corner. And this is where they had the Miku. Oh, and they had a very pretty car. Very pretty. I would drive the shit out of this thing if I could. And then there's a couple of their boards. This one being my favorite, mainly because it has the back-facing AIOs where you can actually plug in your 24-pin. You can plug in your 3.0 case USB-C adapters, any of your sound panels or case panels, all through the back. So the front looks nice, clean, organized, just absolute pretty. At the same time, got to make sure you choose the right case, because if you don't choose the right case, you won't be able to get all those functions because there's no access in the back to put all these wires. Going forward, this also has the future tech of this being your power supply directly from the motherboard. So in the back, you have your 24-pin. Over here, you'll have your CPU pin. I believe you have the 24-pin, and it's a 8-pin. I think it's an 8-pin. It's for a 12. It's 8 or 12 pin for your CPU. And then they have another pin over here, your 12 volts. Or an extra power supply, I believe, would be a 32 pin. And that would actually power this spot here to power your graphics card. So you won't have any of those wires on your graphics card. Super excited for this next generation of boards and techs and how clean the aesthetics are going to be. And the wire managements are going to be so much nicer. Because I don't know if you guys built many PCs. This is more typical to current PCs that we have. right now. And for the fact that this is where you have to plug in your 24 pin, and it ends up, this being where you have to plug in your 24 pin connector to power everything on your board. The problem I have with this is when you plug into that, you have to bend it as like a U shape straight down and in. And I feel like that adds a lot of stress on the connectors. Yes, you could probably buy a right angle connector, but then you have extra cable, and obviously extra cables in a PC case could sometimes lead into a wiring nightmare later down the road. So I'm glad we're kind of deviating from this, having all these front panels coming clicked in and then U-shaping straight down. I could probably show you a picture of what I mean if you don't already know. But again, gorgeous boards all around. There's the Hero straight on. Then you have the X7 Wi-Fi 7 Plus. This is a very nice board. It's not their top tier board, but it's still a very good budget board to satiate any kind of graphic or gaming hunger that you might have for PC build. Sorry, Angel. I'm probably getting you all riled up for all these wonderful PC parts. Yeah. And then another pretty PC. Oh, so remember that limited card I was mentioning? ROG Matrix 30th edition, 30th anniversary edition. It's a 4-fan filter, but they have one fan here on the front and on the back going through a radiator bus, so it kind of wicks the heat off. And this thing was a tank. This thing probably alone weighed like 10 pounds. It was... Screw having a graphics card holder. You would probably have to vertical mount this. I'm not going to lie. You try to horizontal mount this on your motherboard, and it would break off your PCIe slot. T-Rex! If you guys don't know who she is, another wonderful creator. Her husband took the photo. I was like, hey, do you want to use my camera? And he's like, sure. There's her husband. Such a nice dude. Might be in contact with helping them on their PC build at some point too. Recommended parts and stuff. That was weird. And I believe, oh, this is the Elgato booth they had, where they had the stream corner. Loved the layout they had here because it was like a round-based layout, so you could really walk around and have a smooth flow. Didn't have to worry about running into too many people. And this gentleman here, Viper, won the Elgato booth streaming. I was like, hey, I'm jealous, but at the same time, congratulations. Need some photos? Need some videos? I got you. And I told him I'll be there. Sure as shit, I'm there. I said, hey, told you I was going to be. And then he's like, oh my God, this guy actually kept his word. So I'm excited to see what goes on with him and Elgato, because I thought he was only supposed to have a 2-hour time slot. I think he got like an extra hour or two. So they must have really enjoyed what he was doing in there. And that's TwitchCon. All in a blanket. All wrapped up. All nice and pretty. That's kind of what I got there. And I got some other videos and stuff. But I don't want to share them just yet because, hey, welcome in. Coming over here, changing my lights. Jacob. Hold on. What you saying over here, Angel? Good pick? It was definitely a good pick. Jared, sorry. God, I'm horrible with names. How you doing, sir? Are you feeling any better? I don't know why I said Jacob. We're just talking about stuff. Everything we talked about in TwitchCon, kind of did a brief overview. And it comes in with a follow. No alerts, though. Why do the alerts? You know what? We'll do it this way. We'll do it the other way. Welcome in to the Bomb Squad. Let's freaking go. I appreciate that. He has to push all the Ooh. Buttons. My God. Got me good with that one. Oh, thank you for that. That was a longer puff than it was supposed to be. Whew. We're good. We're fine. How you doing, by the way? Are you feeling any better? My freaking goodness. So, Jared, remember I was talking about like the Twiddler? This is the Twiddler. So I kind of want you to picture real quick. This is what I was thinking of when I was talking about the 15 key and where it doesn't need to have the backlight or the screen or anything for it, but just making tactile buttons and it goes on the back of your hand. And then there you go. But now I can still grab things and do things. So it's a one-handed keyboard. I could literally type out a whole keyboard with this, but it's a learning curve. And then you get like the mouse movement up top here. But kind of going down this rabbit hole of like if we just had just these buttons here to control assets, scenes, overlays. I've already got ideas running through my head on it. But the fact that it kind of right here, and it's not that much different in size either. It's maybe a row smaller. So, ideas. This is the idea. This is the dream right here. So, that being said, I'm going to stick that off to the side. You missed all the pretty pictures. I had you up there. I was like, this guy, and that guy. But yeah, it's first stream back since TwitchCon. I wanted to update everybody with some of the photos and stuff and everything I kind of walked around and talked about. We talked about the Elgato booth. We talked about the Zeus booth. What was the other one? I believe it was Beacon. Beacon took me by surprise, where they actually have a way to control your audio on a dual PC setup. And they have it in such a way where if you change anything or if you update your Windows and it says, hey, this isn't the normal setup, it will automatically change it back so it actually goes to a known working profile for you, which is great because you know how many times I've updated Windows and my default microphone or something? Nice. I love your setup so much. Well, thank you, sir. So going along with the topic we talked about, this is the software I was using called Touch Portal. And this is where I can zoom in. I could change my cameras throughout the entire studio, mind you. And I could do it from the comforts of stepping away from the desk. I don't have my mic on me. I didn't set up my wireless mic. So we're going to have to do without the wireless mic for a second. Uh-oh, we're dropping. We're dropping. We good? Did you guys see it? Oh, no. Oh, no. By the way, guys, can we welcome in first-time chatter? J. Arrow? Jaro? Jaro? Would you say Jaro?